Changes are coming, brothers, and hopefully I'm going to be able to give you a little bit more fun and entertainment on my channel. My Warhammer gaming room is finally ready. It is completed after all these years, and the most epic battles will be shown off here. So in this video, follow me as I show you the process on how I built the room and how I intend to give you some of the most narrative, fun Warhammer 40,000 and maybe other game battle reports. So the room started like this. The image in the background that you're seeing right now, I'm sorry that I didn't have any video attached to this, but this is the best I can do. It was looking like our Iron Warrior crack den, but since I am a Son of Dawn, I have managed to change it to a work of Dawnian art. But before I do this full big breakdown, I want to do a quick word from today's video sponsor who managed to make all this possible. It's you. Yes, you sitting right there right now. You are the reason why everything is possible for me. This room, my gaming room, the content that I make, you are the sole reason. Your support, your confidence in me, every time we do a live stream, super chatting, memberships, being a green name, all that type of stuff goes a long, long way for me. It makes me do this type of content. Well, it allows me to do this type of content. It allows me to build gaming rooms like this to produce more content. So I just want to say a massive thank you. You've given me so much confidence. You've given me an absolute dream job. I wake up every single morning with a massive smile on my face. But probably the biggest thing that you've given me is a chance at a better family life. Like, I can spend more time around my children. I'm not like working like a big 9-to-5 job, so I miss out on a big chunk of their life. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for giving me my dreams. Thank you for everything you've done. I will appreciate you until I'm 6 foot in the ground. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So by now, you know that the room itself has had a full makeover. I plastered, I painted the walls, I've installed new flooring. I was originally going to keep the old wooden floorboards, but I don't know, I just went with new ones. The old ones needed a little bit more tender loving care. They're over 100 years old, and it would have cost me a little bit more, so I just covered them for now. I haven't damaged them, I've just covered them for now to keep them there in case I ever want to go back to there. And one of the main things I did is actually add a drop ceiling. I initially plastered the ceiling, but I ripped that plasterboard down and decided to add a drop ceiling because I wanted to hang certain things off the drop ceiling. You'll see that in a second when we go into the lighting, and eventually when I get cameras, I'm going to hang cameras from the drop ceiling as well. Now, this drop ceiling is a little bit different from normal drop ceilings. I actually got a contractor in to do this, and I was told that the panels and everything that they've installed here, because I told the chap what the room was intended for, is the same stuff that they use in cinemas. So the actual panels, the square blocks of panels, are actually really, really thick. It's really good with sound dampening and everything like that. And if you actually do go in the room and start screaming, you can actually feel it. Like, I've been in other drop ceilings and stuff, and it is a bit of an echo, but this one, it really does dampen it down, which of course is going to come in very, very handy when I actually do start live streaming and making content within this room. One of the main features, of course, in this room is the table, and this was a 100% custom built table by myself and my grandfather. For those people who know, because I know a lot of people have met my grandfather because he comes to a lot of the events I do, he was a carpenter in the British Army. He was in the Royal Engineers, right? You beak, baby. I was looking at gaming tables for a long time on the internet, and the ones that always caught my eye were like £1,000 plus, and I was like, that is a little bit pricey just for a gaming table. So instead, I decided to build my own, and with his help, we basically constructed this table. It cost around £200 with like all the wood involved and stuff like that. It's mostly like MDF wood, like for the actual tabletop counter and stuff. I've just gone over it with like a thick rubber layer, but yeah, £200 on wood over these like very, very pricey like dining room slash gaming tables that you see online. I thought it turned out absolutely fantastic. There's storage at both ends with shelves. I can fit like cans of spray there, tape measures, anything else really around this area. As you can see in the background, it's more or less full of junk at this moment in time, which I do need to clear up. Under the table, there's literally 2 shelved areas where I can store the main bulk of terrain. Again, it's a little bit cramped with crap at the moment, but hopefully I can clear that up. But the main aspect of this is that I didn't really want like terrain littered all over the room. I just wanted to put it in a nice, easy area, a safe area as well, so I'm not knocking it, I'm not breaking it, and I can easily just reach down, grab some terrain, and bang it on the table. It's literally right there. So I think the table storage worked out fantastic with this design. Now, as I said, this is a completely customized table, and the size is custom as well. It's not a 6x4, it's a little bit bigger than that. I did the table at a custom size because myself, I'm 6'4". I'm a big boy, wide and big, just as God intended. The one thing I was always looking for in a gaming table was a high gaming table, and most of these gaming tables are not. They're very, very low, and being my height, I always have problems with low bearing tables. Like, I'm constantly bent over and stuff. So with this table now, it's actually at a height where I can stand there, I can lean over, and it doesn't actually do physical pain to my back if I'm standing there for a couple of hours. I have also added some chairs either side as well. I've only got 2 for now, but if I get more people start coming to the room, maybe like some 2v2s and stuff like that, I'm going to add even more chairs. But the chairs, if you want to sit down, and the table at its height, it really, really works for me. Now, at the end of the room, you can see I've installed some blinds. Now, these are not blackout blinds, but they do their job. These can be opened, of course. They can be open to access the window. So if it does get a little bit, how do we say this? A little bit warm, a little bit excited in the room, we can open the windows and let some fresh air in, some sunlight in, and yeah, still enjoy our Warhammer gaming experience. Now, when it comes to the lighting, I installed 2 of these drop ceiling lights. These are really, really fancy. I always get like comments on this, like where I got them from. I literally got them from the firm that installed it. I thought they were kind of unique, and they just, I don't know, they just stood out to me. So I thought I'd take some of them, and they're also bright as well. So they do light up a big portion of the table. But of course, you need as much lighting as possible, and this is why I installed these sets of lights all the way around the room. There's 4 of them at this moment in time. I may buy 2 more to put at the end of the room to add even more lighting, but I think 4 of them in total right now does work. They hang off this drop ceiling, so this is why I wanted to install the drop ceiling. So all the wiring is hidden away, and it just looks a little bit neater. Again, as I said, this is not a set room. This is absolutely a gaming room / hobby room for me, so I wanted it to look as neat and tidy as possible. Also, with the lighting, it can be controlled via an app on my phone, so I can do different ranges of colors, brightnesses, and even effects. And let's move over to the shelves, because every good gaming / hobby room needs some shelves. And the first set of shelves you see in the background right now, these actually do have some models on there. The first shelf is filled full of Iron Warriors. Now, there's a reason for this. The first reason is I lost a bet and I had to make an Iron Warrior army with chat. The second reason is they're on this shelf because I'm currently waiting for a new display cabinet to arrive for my streaming room. And once that arrives, I can add actually in there and then fill this shelf up with more things. The big thing on this first shelf is my Siege of Terror collection. As you can see, these set of books look absolutely amazing. As a Space Marine fan, this series is the peak of Space Marine battles. It's the fall of the Imperial Dream, and these are the limited edition books of that series. I've got the little hammer there off Titus on there as well. I also have a spoon on there when I went to SN Battle Reports and did like the influencer meetup, and I came last because, you know, everyone was a tryhard there, and I just went to support the charity and the kids. Bunch of tryhard tabletoppers trying to be best when your boy Valrak over here is in it for the actual charity himself. What a bunch of tryhards. Moving over to the other shelf system, this has a few more bits on it, one being limited edition and hardback books for Eisenhorn and the Lion. I absolutely love Eisenhorn. It's my best series, and the Lion, Son of the Forest, I think it's a great book. I even one of those plastic cases showing off some of the Deathwing army that I got commissioned. This box is cool. I actually forgot to do that. I think it's called Wicked Brick, if I'm not mistaken. It's a cool box, but I think it's a bit tad overpriced for what you actually get with this. You can definitely make something a lot cheaper yourself. This shelf system also does have my Titus model from Weta that my partner actually bought me as a surprise for Christmas. So shout out to her for being an absolute superstar. I did have it set higher on the shelf, but I was like, maybe this is not the best idea, just in case Gravity wants to come in and maybe have a say. But yeah, this shelf is just packed out with other little things. I've got some Joy Toy models on here, my Dawn, my Sigismund, my Fafnir, Ran, which I do plan to use at a later date because there may be something big coming in terms of big Warhammer gaming, but we'll leave that to another video for another time. What I intend to do with these shelves is to maybe add some trophies and stuff like that to like top shelves, because we all know I am undefeated. I have won massive trophies in the Warhammer tournament scene because I'm literally a god on the battlefield. So maybe this is going to be the place where I have all that off, so when I do live stream, you'll see all that cool stuff in the background and wish you could be as cool as Valrak. And just quickly, next to these shelving systems, I actually didn't plan for this at all, but there were gaps left, and I thought, do you know what could fit there? Actually, my gaming mats. So I put as many gaming mats, actually all my gaming mats that I'm not currently using, in this shelf system, and it just tucks in there and fits nicely. There's a little bit of junk on one side, which I am going to, again, take out and do. But yeah, the gaming mats are there, so they're easily accessed. And if I want to put a new map down for like Warhammer Fantasy battles, 40k battles, maybe even some bolt action in the future, then the mats are easily accessed there, and I can just put them out. Easy stuff. Now, if we go back to the big walls, I got 2 pieces of artwork put on these walls. These are actually custom Chapter Master Valrak art pieces I got commissioned and printed out into this massive scale. One side is Valrak at the Siege of Terror, fighting against the heretics with none other than Sigismund himself. A lot of people actually don't know this, but Sigismund and Valrak were best friends. It's lore, so technically that makes it official Games Workshop lore. And the other art piece is the Last War Protocol, the Sons of Dawn coming together to purge the hordes of orcs. Of course, Valrak is center again, leading the most renowned and deadly of all Dawn's successor chapters, the Reclaimers of Dawn. Now, I do plan to add more stuff around the room, maybe some more banners here and there for some eye candy, but for now, I'm happy with how these pictures have turned out, and I think they're going to look good when we do some filming and some live streaming in the room. Now, one of the biggest things in this room is my wall of remembrance. For a time, I gave my channel members an option of having a custom message to put on my wall. Now, these are the custom purity seals with the Valrak logo on them. Each one has the member's username and a message from that person. Some fun, some inspiring, most mocking and hating, of course, on the Sons of Dawn and myself. I want to say a big shout out to a chap called Krug who designed my logo and put all this together for me. Without him, this literally wouldn't be possible. I was thinking of maybe doing another run of these and putting them in another location of the room. Should I do this? Should I not do this? Let me know in the comment section down below. And in the middle of this wall of remembrance is a custom power sword. This is actually Valrak's power sword from the artwork, which I thought was really, really cool. I got this customly made by a chap in Australia who designs props and stuff, and I think it turned out absolutely brilliant. It sits perfect on this, all the purity seals around it. It's just really eye-catching, cool, and it just looks amazing. There's like a light strip that goes around it as well, and I can change the colors and everything like that, so I can have it lit up in like in orange, red, like funkier patterns and stuff like that. It's just cool. It's just amazing. As soon as you walk in the room, you have this big power sword, purity seals, and it's all lit up. So like I said, this is going to be partly a filming and streaming room. So the plan right now is to have multiple cameras set around the room that I can live stream and film multiple angles. I've invested in a costly wireless camera device so I can set up like close and personal shots of the battle when I play. I can actually stream in 4K if I wanted to with this with zero lag drop off. The experience like I really want to give the people watching my live stream battles is like a front row to the battle. Like, I get it, drop down cameras overhead and stuff, which I do plan to have, but I really just want like in your face action, like the dice rolling right there, the battles going right there, so you can really see these epic models that we all love and paint, and you're literally there watching it, like you're part of the tabletop experience as well. I've got a fully dedicated PC tucked away at the end of the table where hopefully all these cameras are going to connect to, and once I figured out the best angles, it's literally just going to just all wire into there. I have a TV down the other side of the room so I can like read chat and also see like incoming messages and super chats and stuff, etc. Or when I'm not live streaming, I don't know, play some music or put YouTube on there, films on there when I'm with my friends and stuff in there, just gaming and rolling dice and stuff like that. It's just give us another little form of entertainment. Now, it's not all live streaming. I do plan to film bat reps and edit them. And again, my plan for these bat reps is to focus on the narrative stuff. I'm not really interested in competitive gaming. I'm interested in telling stories. I want to make stories with these boards. I want to tell tales that keep people excited. I plan to do like multiple bat rep narratives, which will, you know, start in space or maybe like a cool boarding action one. And then you get to the drop pods or something. Then it goes down to the planet. And the next thing you're fighting on the planet with this squad that you just had actually on the boarding actions terrain and stuff. Like, this is the things that go through my head. Hopefully if they release like Battlefront Gothic, we could do like a space battle, and then that space battle then starts to affect the stuff actually on the planet and everything like that. Like, these are things that really excite me going forward to do content in this room. So hopefully by the time of 11 different drops, we're in full swing and I can jump right in and give you more and more content in this room. For now, I am going to focus on smaller type of games like Kill Team, Boarding Action, and games played between 500 and 1,000 points in 10th edition Warhammer 40,000. It's been a long journey getting here, but again, you chaps have made it worth it for me. Again, thank you for everything, and I will see you on the battlefield very soon. If you've got any thoughts, feedback, anything like that, any little devices, maybe camera devices to help me out, post it down below. There's still a little bit more things to do in the room, like I need to paint the skirting, the doors, like the windowsill frame and stuff like that, right? There's a little bit of stuff like that. You may have noticed it in the video, but yes, I am more or less 99.9% there, and I cannot wait to start doing this content for you. See ya, have a great day, and bye-bye.